Child support in New York is a big topic, and it makes a lot of sense because if you're paying child support, you want to make sure that you're paying the correct amount. And if you're receiving child support, you want to make sure that you're receiving the correct amount because, hey, you got kids to support. So on both sides, understanding child support and being concerned that it's correctly calculated makes perfect sense. So here's what I want you to first understand though, is what is child support in New York State and like how is it calculated? Every child support order in New York State starts with the CSSA. The CSSA is the Child Support Standards Act. It requires 3 things to be paid for child support, and those 3 things are the following. First, a payment of basic child support. That is a payment from one parent to the other based upon the paying parent's income. It takes into consideration the number of children that you have. So 17% for one child, 25% for 2 children, and it goes up from there. Secondly, the CSSA requires that you share in the children's share of the health insurance premium. And that's typically pro rata, which means in proportion to your incomes. And then third, the CSSA also requires that you share in the uninsured or unreimbursed health insurance expenses, as well as the childcare costs incurred to allow a parent to work. Those are also shared pro rata pursuant to the statute. This statute also allows judges and parents the ability to contribute to educational costs, extraordinary activities, and a variety of other things, but mandates that at least those 3 things are calculated for every single order. Now, understand that the Child Support Standards Act exists. The CSSA is there, but there are a lot of reasons or bases as to why you might deviate from the CSSA. And that deviation can be done by a judge or it can be done by parents just agreeing to depart from the statute. So the deviation could be an increase or decrease to the support that's paid every month, that basic support obligation. It could be a change to the pro rata shares. So rather than in proportion to your incomes, maybe it's 50-50 or some other percentage. Or it could be, in the situation where parents agree, a wholesale departure from the statute. And maybe instead of doing a basic payment, there is just an agreement to share certain expenses for the kids. There's a lot of different ways that you can get creative with a child support order, so long as people are agreeing to do so. And if you're in court, there's a lot of different ways that the court can deviate from that Support Standards Act. So we've kind of gone into a little bit of detail on the CSSA. What I want you to do now is take time to review the article below and understand a bit more in depth as to how the support obligation is calculated, as well as what could lead to a deviation from the statute. After that, I really want you to register for my free e-course. There's a button right below this video that will allow you to register for that course. That course covers soup to nuts all of the laws that you will face or that may impact your family as you go forward through this process. And several emails touch on child support because it's a really important topic. Once you've done those things, feel free to spend additional time on the site just looking around. I've got a lot of other resources, downloads, and things that are going to be helpful to you as you move forward through this process. From there, if you have any other questions or you just want to get some specific advice, reach out. We are happy to schedule a consult so that you can get some specific advice as to how support could look like in your situation and for your kids. I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the resources.